What's up, everybody? It's Cody from Northeast Productions. Today in the garage we have my 2024 YZ250X. We're going to get a new exhaust on it. The stock one is alright. It sounds good, but they rust out. I had stripped the paint off it because it looks a little better, but we're going to throw this FMF shorty on it in a GYTR pipe. It's essentially just an FMF fatty. But we'll get this thrown on and see how she sounds. Alright, so before we put this exhaust on, I'm going to get this silencer cleaned up. I'm just going to use some glass cleaner and spray it down. We're going to repack it too. Just get some of this dirt off it before we put it on the bike. This was off the 06 that was also on my channel a few months ago, which sadly still hasn't sold. Right now seems to be a tough time to sell much of anything. You don't see much moving on Marketplace or anywhere else, which is a bummer, but I can do the most perfect job in the world on this because it's going on a bike that's going to get rode right directly anyway. Now, the bolts on this are a H4 Allen key. I did already break them loose because they were tight. I should just slide apart. We got that out. Look, that's just soaked in oil. That 06 was running really, really rich with this silencer on it. Doesn't seem to as much with the stock one on it. This new thing of packing. I just bought this at my local power sports store. It was $12. Mark kind of how much we're gonna need here. So really easy to cut. Access. The other packing probably wasn't bad, but I just knew it would be covered in oil with the way that 06 was puking out the tailpipe. And you just kind of slide it back together. I just figured this was a cheap insurance. It only takes a couple minutes to do. Most of the time the hardest part is getting the silencer apart, and that you can just use a screwdriver for. A little too far. We can just put our screws right back in. Sometimes these screws can be a little bit of a pain. I have to try and line that one up a little better here. I should have loosened these ones up. Yeah, I know it's probably not the best for the threads, but it'll be a-okay. Alright, so that's done. Almost ready to put on. We gotta throw the rubber grommets off the stock exhaust on it. It should fit. I hope it fits. If not, oh well, I guess. So first thing I'm going to do is pull off this silencer. We shouldn't need to pull the seat off, but it's literally one bolt, and it gets it out of our way. Because you can do it without taking the number plate off, but it's a lot simpler if you just do it this way. And yes, don't grill me. I know my air filter's dirty, if you can even see it. Like is going to get a lot more love here. I have an oversized tank to put on it, foot pegs, a different seat off of, it's actually going to come off my brother's YZ 2024 YZ125. So he plans on selling that. Because he has the 2025 YZ250X. This should just pop off here. Dirty. I'm going to strip these plastics off and get all this under here washed, but I've been itching to get this exhaust on. I do have to take the rubber grommets off this silencer and put on the FMF. We will do that once we get it all off here. Now we're going to take the head pipe off. If you've never taken a head pipe off a YZ250, they can be a real pain just to wiggle out of there. Sometimes you can get it right on the first try, but I haven't gotten that lucky. Now take our exhaust springs off. I am missing one. I have one on order. Just haven't Haven't received it yet. Things definitely fight you every step of the way. There's probably some way to do it, but some secret method. Might help if I actually take off this off all the way here. I think I always tell myself to do that, and I always try to be lazy and not take it off. There we go. And we come over here, grab the new one, a pair of cutters. Here's that new GYTR. Actually, I got lucky because these are discontinued, but local, well, I guess local, about an hour away. Yamaha dealership just happened to have one sitting on the wall. We were there picking up my brother's 250F. I seen it and I said, I gotta have it. My wife disagrees, but that's okay. I have to turn down that mount down here. I need a 10 mil. So that's a problem too. We need one of those little threaded clips. I'll have to see if I have one. If not, let's put it on this way for right this second. Sorry, the video is a little sloppy. I'm not a professional mechanic by any means. I kind of just figure it out as I go. So I need the threaded clips for both of those. That is something I'm going to have to order because the old head pipe has the nuts welded on the back of them. I could just put a nut on them, but I don't think I want to do that. But for today, that might be what we do. So what I'm going to do just to get it on today, I'm going to leave this one loose. But I'm going to throw a nut on the back of this one. And I'll get those clamps that go around ordered. So I don't really trust this way. These bikes vibrate a ton. They love to vibrate things loose. About where that should go. Throw my clamp on here. Like I said, I only have one clamp. That's on. Now we can grab the FMF pipe here. We gotta get those rubber grommets out of there. Throw them onto here. I'm so excited to hear how this thing sounds. So the way I like to do this, I put my screwdriver back here. I pop these metal pieces out. This side is just kind of a washer. Get those out. I take my screwdriver, I press down on it like this. I'm going to go from this side. One side's going to be a little softer than the other. He's going to be a real bear. I'm sure they make a tool for this, but I'll show you on this one. This one's a little softer here. Press down on it, pull it through. I'm going to wrestle with this one off camera. It's a little stiffer, a little thicker. But basically it'll be the same thing. You just keep trying with the screwdriver. And eventually it'll come out. And putting them on the new one is basically the exact opposite. This upper one is always a lot softer, it seems. I kind of did the same thing on both. Just took my screwdriver to the back of them. I'm not pressing very hard, I just kind of worked them in there. Just like that. Then you put your little pieces on that side. This one just kind of sits. I'll need the smaller one. Kind of sits there. They'll sit better once you tighten them. They'll sit right in there. That same kind of deal. You just get through. That nut will sit right there. Just that washer will sit right there, just like that. Don't forget your little rubber boot. And kind of just like that. Need my T-handle here. I do have the washer on there. Might need wrong bolt. And the washer. So excited to hear what this sounds like. I've had this exhaust for probably over a month now. Get our radiator shroud back on. I do plan on doing some races this year. Kaysen wants to race his PW, so that'll be my main focus. So if that means I don't race, just to make sure that he can, then so be it. I'm completely fine with that. I'm definitely going to hit some. We're going to try to get Abby to do one on the TTR 125. Which I want to get an exhaust and stuff for that. Try to wake it up a little bit. She's still new. She's doing really good though. I'm really impressed with her. She's only rode for one summer. Throw our seat back on. Try to get my seatbelt to go in its home. Keep in mind, I do know that the exhaust is still loose down here, but we're going to get those little clips ordered. I guess I just kind of figured the stock one had the removable clips, but it doesn't, which is okay. It's still tight for now. I'm not going to be riding. I'm just going to be taking it outside, see what it sounds like. I'm excited to see any power gains, not games. But mainly excited for the sound. All right, here it is. Looks 100 times better than that stock one. But we'll get her started up and see the sound difference. Alright everybody, thank you for tuning in. This is what it looks like. I'm super happy with it. Looks so much better than the stock exhaust. But we got a lot more work to do on this bike. We're going to try it in 2025. My goal is to do a video every Friday night. I got a couple four-wheelers to work on. We got Kaysen's bike. We got Kaysen right here. Hanging out. Can you say hi? Hi. Very good. Got some things to do with his bike. He needs new tires and stuff for race season. I need new tires. I do have a big tank to throw on this. Different seat. Some foot pegs. Get some graphics. Got hand grips. New grips. Throw them on right before the season though. These ones are still alright. I do have the Mako 360 on here, which I absolutely freaking love. The only thing I don't like about it is that I didn't buy one sooner. But awesome. See you guys next week. Thank you.